Yes, we thank you, most holy Saint I need even the spirit that moves upon the water. We give you the glory and the praise, for you are our God and our God reigns. We thank you for all things. We give you the glory for your word. We give you the praise for your statutes, ordinances, and commandments. Yes, we thank you even that you have caused our enemies to bow before our feet. Even those that think even though they call themselves over us now, we know that soon they will be subdued. And we will be holy, even as we keep your commandments and your words, even as you are holy. Yes. Excuse me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Mr. Clay. And walk with me in Leviticus. We're in Leviticus chapter 19. And it reads, And I am spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the congregation of the children of Israel. Now, Israel. And say unto them, Ye shall be holy, for I am your God, am holy. Ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbath. I am your God. In other words, you can find that in Exodus chapter 20. Now, turn ye not to idols, nor make yourself molten gods. I am your God. That's self-explanatory. Nothing. Paintings, what all this stuff. Leave that stuff alone. Yes, leave it alone. Now, if you offer a sacrifice, a peace offering unto the I am, you should offer it at your own will. This is a free will offering. In other words, a peace offering. In other words, between you and God, you repent of whatever you're doing. You turn away from it. You stop it, and then you offer an offering of peace. And it will be eaten the same day, in verse 6. Ye offer it on the morrow, and if aught remains until the third day, ye shall burn in the fire. If it be eaten at all on the third day, it is abominable and shall not be accepted. He said, do like I tell you. This is how you are holy, as he is holy. Therefore everyone that eateth shall bear his iniquity, because he hath profaned and hallowed thing of the I am, that thy soul shall be cut off from among his people. In other words, you start out good, then you end up bad because you did not follow the instruction. Now, and when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of thy field, neither shalt thou gather the gleanings of thy harvest. Thou shalt not glean thy vineyards, neither shalt thou gather every grape out of the vineyard. Thou shalt lead them for the poor and stranger. I am your God. In other words, you plant a field, you're a farmer. Open it up. Don't try. Once you go over it once, don't go over it again. You let the poor of your people, they've been buying from you all year. But yet, here they are, broke, even in this day and time. And you still trying to get that last little bean out your yard. But the fact is, he said, open it up to the poor and the animals. Let them feed on this thing. And God is going to bless you for it, because he that lendeth to the poor, what? Lend it to God, and God is going to reward you. Even your land to yield, even its strength. Now, thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather any grape. That's what he's saying. Now we're going to go to verse 11. Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie to one another. He's talking to Israel. Don't do this. Thou shalt not lie. That's what he meant. See, you go back even into these, it gives you a definition of what he's saying in Exodus chapter 20. Thou shalt not lie. Who is he talking to? He's not talking about don't lie to. He said each other. That's what he's talking about. You are children of a Kobe. You are brother and sister. Whether it be by offset or twice removed or whatever, you're still brother and sister. Now, here we go. He says, ye shall not swear by my name falsely. In other words, anybody that say I swear to whoever, they lying. Neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am thy am. Now, thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him of the wages of him that is hired. Shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. Will pay the man. Don't hire him if you don't have the money. Pay the man now. Unless he requests different. Now, I can say that. Some people say, hold my money for a little bit. Yeah, you can hold it. But you're going to pay him. Now, and then you fall under another law. He says, now, thou shalt not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind. Thou shalt fear thy God. I am that I am. Self-explanatory. The cripple, the thief that walks along the street. He's literally talking about these people. Don't be putting things in their way to make them trip and laugh at them because you feel like you're superior, because you have sight and you have hearing. God can change that around for you, buddy. All right, now, You shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness thou shalt judge thy neighbor. You know, it said, judge not that you be not judged. No. In righteousness. God said you can judge them, but do what's right. This person, you saw them sitting there and they stole that piece of gum. I don't care whether they're wearing a suit or they were a bum. The fact is they stole, and that's against the law. Okay? They lied. That's against the law. They committed adultery. That's against the law. It's not the fact, it's the facts, it's the truth of the matter. It's not the fact of what they got on or what position they hold. And this has been the downfall of many nations. This is how coups have been started. You judge. Some of you, even these governments of Africa, you go about judging. You sit up there, somebody insurgent. Have you ever heard of insurgency and counterinsurgency? These are some of the expertise of the nations that are sovereign. They are expert at this. They'll take somebody and make them and convince them with money and all other type of trickery to fool the people and to gather people after themselves. Well, I guess you didn't know that. But anyway, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt not in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. In other words, if your neighbor sin against him, go tell him his fault. If he will not hear thee, you go tell the elders. And if he will not hear them, then he shall even not be among the brethren. You won't even respect him no more. God gives you that right. Okay? Now, you shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with diverse kind. In other words, you ain't going to have no cow with a sheep and a sheep with a goat. And you're not going to let no bull deal. In other words, like they breed dogs. No, he said, don't do that. Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed, neither shall a garment mingle of linen and woolen come upon thee. In other words, stop mingling. Stop mingling. Stop mingling with unbelievers. Stop mingling. Stop mingling literally. And stop doing the mingling. See, this is like you get GMOs and all this other stuff. You got GMO babies and all this other stuff. You're mingling. What love got to do with it? You build your people. And it says, now whosoever lieth carnally with a woman that is a bondmaid betrothed to an husband and not at all redeemed nor freedom given her, she shall be scourged. Oh, that's not humane. Or is it not humane where you see enforcers sitting up there taking a person on the street and scourging them and putting their feet on their back? Well, the fact is that God is righteous. She is his money. He did something that he shouldn't do, and we're going to read on. Yes, she's going to be scourged for his sake, that he might not desire her again either. Now, they shall be not put to death because she was not free. In other words, she consented. Now, this is what's happening. He did not rape her. She consented that he should lay with her because he was her boss. You didn't get that part, those of you who condemn God and judge God, did you? Huh? He said, look at it. That is a bondmaid betrothed to an husband, and not all redeemed, nor freedom given her. She shall be scourged because she consented to lay with her own master, her own employer. They shall not be put to death, but she was not free. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto the I am to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, even a ram for trespass offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram or the trespass offering before the I am for his sin. Now sin carries a death penalty, which he hath done. Now if he don't do this, something's going to befall him. And she's gone. She's already scourged. And he hath done the sin which he hath done shall be forgiven him. Oh, you say, oh, the slave, that's my slave here in the United States. That's my slave, buddy. I do what I want to do with him. Your child gonna play for that, buddy. Even you, I don't care whether you're black or white and had slaves. Your child gonna pay for that. Your generations, yes. And when ye shall come into the land, ye shall have planted all manner of trees for food. Then ye shall count the fruit thereof as uncircumcised. 3 years shall it be uncircumcised unto you, and it shall not be eaten of. But in the 4th year, all the fruit thereof shall be holy unto you, to praise the I am withal. And in the 5th year, ye shall eat of the fruit, and that it may yield unto you the increase thereof. I am the I am your God. In other words, your righteousness, the way you do the things that God, you obey the Most High. These things that please the Most High shall make you holy, because they are holy, that what he's telling you to do. Now, you shall not eat anything with blood. He's reiterating this. He's telling you this again. Neither shall you use enchantment. In other words, witchcraft, sorcery, and all these other things. Taking your menstrual blood and putting it in spaghetti and all this other junk. No, 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 no. God frowns on these things. These are sin. No observed times. Jesus did not give you these commandments. All he did was give you the part about doing it wholeheartedly. Thinking. Using mercy, thinking about it, investigating. This is what he was doing. This is what he was showing. His testimony was not this. His testimony is that if you think about it, if you believe on me and what I've done and how God sent me, then you're going to rise. And he set that example. Yes, he did. Now, I'm talking about Jesus, Messiah, the Savior, however you want to name him, whatever. Ye shall not eat anything with blood, neither shall you use enchantment or observe time. Astrology. Don't do these things. This is what he's talking about. Okay? You shall not round the corners of your head, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy beard. Don't make yourself bald like that. In other words, what the fact is that the only time a man or a woman can become bald is when they were cured and they were in the sacrifice, they were deemed clean from leprosy. Whatever type of leprosy that was. There are many types of leprosy, even as you witness here in the book of Leviticus. And when he's clean, what he's going to do? Going to shave off all his head, his eyebrows, his beard, and everything else. The same thing with her. And then they are clean, and everybody shall see they're clean. Now, and what else he goes here and says? Ye shall not make cuttings in your flesh for the dead. I understand some of you were ignorant and followed the way of the heathen. You made cuttings in your flesh for the dead. I'm going to talk about my dead father, my dead mother, my dead sister, my cousin, my boyfriend, my girlfriend. Oh, get out of here. Nor print any marks upon you. I am that I am. In other words, tattoos. You think you the only generation that had a bunch of tattoos? No. It is sin. It is unholy. Now, those who have done these things, you need to get it right. Turn away from them. Oh, I'm going to get me another one. Go ahead. Do what you want to do. I don't care. But God cares. Do not prostitute thy daughters to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall into whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. Many nations are doing it today. Thy daughters, it doesn't mean no little girl. It means your women. You're causing them to be whores by your own lust. The land is falling into wickedness. You get people and suitors from afar that comes to taste of your dainties. And yet you call yourself righteous. Listen, America. Listen, Africa, Australia, China, and all manner of people. You do these things, but mainly Israel. God said that you might be holy, that you might be an example unto those. You should have a law against prostitution and throw them in jail. Now, ye shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am the I am. Why is the sanctuary not today? Because what? Because the fact is, many have defiled it, and God allowed even the Romans to tear it down. And there is none today. You build another one's going to get torn down again. Now the heathen want to build. Now he's going to let them build it. Watch. If they're going to build it, he's going to let them build it. But it's defiled. Do not go in that thing. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am your God. In other words, it says what it says. Familiar spirits. Those familiar spirits who are, they say, I'm going to call upon brother so-and-so, and he's going to come up out the ground, and he's going to speak to you. This is real. These spirits know the life of that person. They will do that, and they will tell the truth. But the fact is that God said don't do it, because you're trusting in the advice of another power. Okay? Now, and wizards, magic. Yeah, it's true. You got some wizards out there. Some of them don't call themselves wizards. to be defiled by them. You are defiled when you don't do the things that the Most High has told you to do, Israel, Jacob. We're not worried about the other folks. They're going to do what they're going to do. Now, thou shalt rise up before the hoary head and under the face of the old man and fear thy God. I am thy am. In other words, the old man, I say above 60. The old man, the elderly man. Can't no 40-year-old man be no elder. He's still young. The old man, the hoary head, the 80-year-old, the 90-year-old, even the 60-year-old. Rise up. Treat them with honor. They've been through what you ain't never been through. Now, I don't care how you look at them. You just do what God say do. He says, now if a stranger sojourn with thee, ye shall not vex him. Do not trouble him. Not as these heathen have troubled us in different lands and different places. Don't worry about that. He said, but if you have the land, if you got your little compound and a stranger coming in and he wants to sojourn with you, now he's going to have to practice the same thing the Most High said. And don't trouble him. Don't trouble him. In other words, he could be any color, any ethnicity. Let him be. Now I say, but if the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one, he shall be unto you as one born among you, and you shall love him as thyself, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am your God. In other words, love them anyway. White, brown, yellow, red, whatever you want to call it. Treat them the same if they follow the same. If not, put them out your company. It says, ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment, in meat yard, in weight, or in measure. In other words, you don't put one rock for one person and you don't put another rock for another person to weigh out something and ask them to pay different prices. Just balances and just weights, just ephah, just hin, ye shall have. I am your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt. Therefore ye shall observe all my statutes and all my judgments and do them. I am that I am. In other words, God wants you to be holy. He sets forth all that he needs to say in detail here in these books. He didn't do it in the Gospels. He just reiterated on light stuff, easy stuff, stuff that ain't even detailed. Because some of them didn't have the law back then, and they were taught different things by those fake people. But now we have the things. We have the full testimony of the Most High. We have the full law that's given by the Most High. Jesus didn't give you no law. Messiah didn't give you no law. He reiterated on the law. He taught the law. Same thing with all the apostles. Everything that they have put different than what the law tell you is what? A lie. That was put in by the scribes with the pens. Even they made, according to the book, I believe Esdras, they had said that they write it down and they'd be writing lies. They'd even make the images look like them. All those pictures of black Jesus and all that. Yeah, he was black, but whatever. Who cares? The fact is that they're making images after him according to their own likeness or what they think it should be. And with all that, we're going to say, trust in the Lord thine all thy heart. Lean not to thine own understanding, but acknowledge him in all thy ways. Yes, acknowledge him in all your ways. Understand. Meditate on the law day and night. Do what God say do. And with that, we're going to say, peace.